Hello everybody, and welcome to another video. Now today is a pretty special occasion because today marks the 100 sub special. Now because it's such a special number, reaching the triple digits now, I've got something special that I have been working on for quite a while, and I think that you guys would really enjoy. So what this is it's a binary coded storage hall. And for those that don't know what that means, it is a storage hall that more or less sorts itself. So say this chest here, I want it to be filled halfway with items and then the rest with shulker boxes full of that item. That can be done. And this can be done per chest, per slice. So this is going to be iron, this is going to be gold nuggets, and then this can be a completely different item. It's pretty fancy stuff, but with all these fancy quality of life features comes some even fancier logic. So if I zoom out here, just to reduce some client lag, I'll replace all the chests with glass. If I zoom out here, there's quite a bit of logic going on. Take a little panoramic shot. With all 64 slices and 8 chests per slice, there's a lot of things that are going on. So let's quickly run through basically everything that's going on. So we'll start in the same step that a box would be as it comes into this system. Alright, so when a box comes from the item to binary encoder, the binary gets sent to this, which is the binary decoder, and say it's belongs in first slice, second chest. So that's already been selected. So it's a first slice and then second chest. And the second chest, because the pattern follows 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The second chest is this one here. So with this second chest being selected, the box that's actually been the binary has come from will be sent over here to this unloader brain sort of contraption here, and say it's this one, right? Box ends up here into this. It unloads the items from it. Items get sent down into the item line, up into the distributor, and then the logic has selected which chest specifically it's supposed to belong, so it'll fall down into this, and then come down into here. Items fall into this hopper. Right here. And obviously this would go into a chest, but I've changed them to reduce some lag, so it's actually an enjoyable experience. But then yes, with this last 3 digits here, this selects with the demultiplexer which chest we're looking at in each slice. So there's 2 demultiplexers that are paired together on each side. With selecting the second chest, depending on how these pistons are pushed down, it lines up certain blocks. So now only this line actually makes a solid connection. This one doesn't. The one underneath of that does not, and the one over top of all of those don't either. So only this line is selected, and then that amount is subtracted from this overall comparator line, subtracted from this, which sends the signal down through here and ran all the way underneath the storage to the comparator logic here. This chest is just to say how many items I want in the chest up at the top until it switches over to the shulker mode. So this first line here controls when it's reached the halfway point, and the second line controls when it's all the way full. So let's say it's all the way full, right? That one chest that we selected is all the way full, so it'll power this on, which powers this, switching the mode over to filling with boxes. Grab another box here, and we'll set it in. Completely full box, selected. Instead of draining the items, it's just going to break the box. box then gets sent down the item line as well, so that it then ends up at the distributor like all of the other items, and then sent down the ice lines to the chest that it belongs in. And it'll do that for all the shulker boxes that it receives, so that box is now in with all of the other items sorted into this chest. So now, in case you have a keen eye and notice that that box was entirely full, what happens when we send a box that's not completely full? And here's where the interesting thing comes in. When the box is not completely full, it'll send the box to temp storage, which is this line down here. Then this item line comes all the way up into this dropper line, which runs across way over to the other side of the hall and put into this. Now what this is it will trigger the temp storage and then suck out the item that it needs to for replacing with the shulker box. So it'll send the items before that down and then the shulker box down with it. And now this shulker box replaces that item where it is. So it's the second box, it's the second chest down here. So it's 0, 1, 2 replaces second chest, and that item was sent down this line to go to the little baby storage over here. So if we check in here, in this dropper right there, that second item is being stored right there. Alright, so now that item is there, but when we send another box that is also not completely full, it will pull out all of the items to that second box again, the second item, send it down the temp line, runs through all the same processes as the box before it did, and then once it gets dispensed out over here, ends up in that dropper, triggers the temp storage again. We'll notice all of the items get sucked out of here, and then once it reads that it's a shulker box, a non-stackable item, it will trigger this, putting it into merging mode, and then sends both of those boxes down into the merger line. Then, if you manage to catch it, that item gets put down with the item from the baby storage, then gets taken and put into this dropper line, which gets dispensed and put back where it belongs. 0, 1, 2. And then these two boxes head to the merger, which I've previously made a video about. Now, the temp storage, I will admit, is not truly designed entirely by me. Basically, what this is a rehashed version of Kyryu's design that he worked on the TechRock CMP. A lot of this is mostly his design, so credit where credit is due. Thanks a lot, Kyryu. Now, this overall design is a modified version of the slice that he showed. His was pretty sure like a flat floor, and it was a little bit narrower. I just changed some things around, made it wider and more appealing to my taste, I guess. And then, so once that chest is completely full, the second chest over there is entirely full, it will trigger this line, and then when both of those lines are selected, it sets the unloader brain-like thing into its second mode, where it will still send temp boxes down to be merged together, but completely full boxes will be sent down the bulk line, which they get broken and sent down into the bulk line, which is right here. So this line will lead to a self-organizing bulk storage, which I have made but haven't made a video about yet. And then this fourth line here is just for the empty boxes. So once a box is completely emptied from items, it'll be sent down into here, and empty boxes can be put wherever your heart desires. So that's pretty much it for today. It's a very brief rundown of how the binary storage system works, so that I don't bore you with all of the other computational logic. But if you'd like to know more about this in significantly greater detail, I can definitely tell you about that in my Discord server. So feel free to join if you'd like to, and ask all sorts of questions that you feel like. With that being said, that's all I've really got for this video, so I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed making it and working on this, because this system has brought me great joy and also great pain. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you really loved it, leave a like if you'd like to. And yeah, I hope you have a nice day. Thanks so much for 100 subs.